There are places on our planet that remain almost entirely untouched by the modern world. They are islands of ancient wilderness, cradles of life that have evolved in magnificent isolation. Papua is one such place. It is a land of superlatives, a world of immense scale and profound mystery. Here, the hand of time seems to move more slowly. The landscapes are not just old, they feel eternal. To journey into Papua is to step back into a primeval era, a time when nature, in all its raw and untamed power, held dominion over everything. It is a journey not just across geography, but through the very layers of time itself, revealing a world that has resisted change with a quiet, formidable strength. The first impression is one of sheer, overwhelming green. From the air, Papua appears as an endless carpet of forest, a mosaic of 1,000 shades of jade, emerald, and olive. This immense canopy stretches from horizon to horizon, broken only by the glint of a hidden river or the shadow of a passing cloud. It is a wilderness that breathes. With every dawn, a veil of mist rises from the trees, as if the forest itself were exhaling after a long, quiet night. This is not a passive landscape. It is active, dynamic, and pulsing, with a life force that is almost palpable, a silent but powerful testament to the enduring spirit of the natural world. Below this canopy lies a realm of secrets. The land is rugged, folded into sharp-crested mountains and carved by deep, inaccessible valleys. These are not gentle, rolling hills. They are jagged peaks that claw at the sky, their summits often shrouded in a permanent cloak of cloud. For centuries, these formidable barriers have kept the heart of Papua hidden from the outside world, creating isolated pockets where unique cultures and extraordinary creatures could flourish undisturbed. The silence here is profound, a deep and resonant quiet that is not empty, but filled with the unheard stories of millennia, waiting patiently to be discovered by those who listen closely. To understand Papua, one must embrace its vastness. It is a land that does not yield its secrets easily. It demands patience, respect, and a sense of wonder. Every valley holds a new possibility, every river bends a potential discovery. The scale of it all can be humbling, a powerful reminder of our own small place in the grand tapestry of life on Earth. This is not a land to be conquered or tamed. It is a world to be witnessed, to be experienced with all the senses, a living museum of natural history that continues to unfold its story, one breathtaking vista at a time, for those fortunate enough to see it. The mountains of Papua rise from the sea like a great sleeping spine. These are the Sudirman and Jayawijaya ranges, a formidable wall of rock and ice that bisects the island. Here, even in the tropics, glaciers cling to the highest peaks, stark and white against the dark, weathered stone. The air thins and the world grows quiet. There is a sense of profound emptiness in these highlands, a feeling of being in a place that exists outside of human time. The wind is the only constant companion, a lonely voice that whispers through jagged passes and across desolate plateaus, carrying with it the chill of the high altitudes and the scent of damp earth and stone. Walking through these mountain landscapes is a meditative experience. The paths are few, often little more than faint trails etched into the steep slopes. Each step requires focus and intention. The silence is broken only by the sound of one's own breathing and the crunch of boots on loose scree. Looking out from a high ridge, one sees a world of staggering beauty. Valleys plunge into shadow, their depths hidden in a perpetual twilight, while neighboring peaks emerge from the clouds like islands in a vast white sea. It is a landscape that encourages introspection, a place where the sheer scale of nature forces one to confront the smallness of their own existence. This is a world sculpted by elemental forces. Water, in the form of relentless rain and patient ice, has carved these mountains over millions of years. Waterfalls cascade down sheer cliffs, their spray creating miniature rainbows in the fleeting moments of sunlight. Rivers begin as humble trickles, gathering strength as they descend, cutting deep gorges through the rock. The geology is raw and exposed, a visible record of the Earth's immense power and its slow, inexorable processes. In this high, lonely world, one can feel the pulse of the planet itself, a deep and ancient rhythm that predates all life. Yet this emptiness is an illusion. The mountains are alive, though their inhabitants are often unseen. The calls of distant birds echo across the valleys, their songs carrying for miles in the thin, clear air. A rustle in the undergrowth might betray the presence of a creature that has never seen a human before. These highlands are a refuge, a sanctuary for life that has adapted to the harsh conditions. The silence is not one of absence, but of presence. It is the quiet of a world that is watching, waiting, and holding its breath, a silent guardian of the secrets hidden within its stony heart. Descending from the mountains, we enter another world entirely, the deep forest. Here, the sky disappears, replaced by a cathedral-like canopy of leaves far above. Sunlight struggles to penetrate this dense ceiling, dappling the forest floor in a shifting mosaic of light and shadow. The air grows thick and heavy, rich with the smell of damp earth, decaying leaves, and the sweet perfume of unseen blossoms. It is a world of perpetual twilight, a place where the senses are heightened, and every sound, every movement takes on a new significance. The forest is a living entity, its presence felt in the very air you breathe. The trees themselves are giants, their trunks wider than a person's outstretched arms, their bark festooned with a vibrant tapestry of mosses, ferns, and orchids. Lianas, thick as pythons, hang like ropes from the canopy, connecting the forest floor to the world above. The ground is a soft, springy carpet of fallen leaves, muffling the sound of footsteps. Progress is slow and deliberate. One must navigate a tangled web of roots that snake across the path and push through curtains of hanging vines. It is an immersive experience, a journey into a world that feels both ancient and intensely alive, every surface teeming with some form of life. The silence of the mountains is replaced here by a symphony of sound. The forest is never truly quiet. There is the constant, gentle hum of insects, the drip of water from leaves, and the rustle of unseen creatures in the undergrowth. A sudden crack of a twig can make your heart jump. A distant call from a bird you cannot see echoes through the trees, its source impossible to pinpoint. These sounds create a sense of suspense, a feeling that you are a visitor in a world where you do not fully belong, constantly watched by 1,000 hidden eyes. The forest holds its breath, and you find yourself holding yours along with it. This is a realm of secrets and discovery. Every fallen log, when overturned, reveals a hidden world of fungi, insects, and scurrying reptiles. A flash of iridescent blue might be a butterfly pausing for a moment on a leaf, before vanishing back into the green. The forest guards its treasures closely. It does not reveal them all at once, but offers them up in small, fleeting glimpses. To walk here is to become a detective, piecing together clues, learning to read the subtle signs of life, and developing a deep respect for the complexity and resilience of this incredible ecosystem. If the mountains are the bones of Papua and the forests its lungs, then the rivers are its veins. They are the arteries of the island. carrying life from the highlands down to the coast. These are not tame, placid waterways. They are wild and unpredictable, their currents strong and their waters often stained the color of tea by tannins from the forest floor. They wind through the landscape like great serpents, their paths constantly shifting, carving new channels and abandoning old ones. These rivers are the primary highways of the interior, the only way to access some of the most remote parts of the island. To travel on a Papuan river is to be at the mercy of the water. In a traditional dugout canoe, the world unfolds at a slow, deliberate pace. The hypnotic rhythm of the paddling is punctuated by the calls of birds from the riverbanks. The forest crowds in on either side, its dense green walls creating a sense of enclosure. At times the river widens, opening up to vast sunlit expanses where the sky is reflected on the water's surface. Then just as quickly, it narrows again, plunging into a deep shadowed gorge where the water runs fast and cold. The journey is a constant interplay of light and shadow, openness and confinement. The rivers are a source of life but also of danger. Below the calm surface, powerful currents can pull a canoe off course. Submerged logs, known as snags, pose a constant threat, capable of ripping a hole in the hull. And then there is the wildlife. A ripple on the water's surface might betray the presence of a fish, or it could be something much larger. The saltwater crocodile, one of the planet's most formidable predators, is at home in these estuaries and lower reaches. Seeing one of these prehistoric reptiles basking silently on a muddy bank is a chilling and unforgettable reminder of the raw power that governs this land. Yet for all the potential hazards, there is a profound peace to be found on the river. As the canoe glides through the still, dark water, the world seems to slow down. The worries of the outside world fade away, replaced by a simple, focused awareness of the present moment. The sound of the water lapping against the side of the canoe, the sight of a kingfisher darting like a blue jewel across the water, the feeling of the sun on your skin, these simple sensations become everything. The river teaches you to be patient, to be observant, and to respect the forces of nature that are far greater than yourself. Where the rivers finally meet the sea, Papua reveals yet another of its many faces. The coastline here is honestly a spectacular and varied frontier, a place of dramatic beauty and stark contrasts. You can find beaches of pristine white sand, so fine it actually squeaks underfoot, lapped by waters of a brilliant, almost impossible turquoise. These idyllic shores are more often than not completely deserted, fringed by coconut palms and backed by the ever-present wall of the jungle. There are no hotels, no roads, no signs of development at all. There is only the sand, the sea, and the sky, just as it has been for millennia. But you know, the shoreline is not always so gentle. In other places, the jungle tumbles directly into the sea, its roots clinging to steep, rocky cliffs that plunge into deep water. Mangrove forests create a tangled, impenetrable barrier, their stilt-like roots forming a labyrinthine world where land and sea merge. These coastal ecosystems are honestly incredibly rich, serving as vital nurseries for countless species of fish and invertebrates. The air is thick with the salty tang of the sea and the earthy smell of the mangroves, a unique and invigorating scent that speaks of the vibrant life thriving at the water's edge. Beneath the waves lies a world of breathtaking color and diversity. Papua is part of the Coral Triangle, the epicenter of marine biodiversity on our planet. The coral reefs here are among the most pristine and healthy in the world, a dazzling underwater metropolis teeming with life. Schools of brightly colored fish move as one, flashing like jewels in the clear water. Sea turtles glide gracefully past, and gentle manta rays with their enormous wingspans soar through the currents. Exploring these reefs is like entering another dimension, a silent, weightless world of extraordinary beauty and complexity. But even here, in this coastal paradise, there's a sense of mystery and isolation. Standing on a deserted beach with the jungle behind you and the vast, empty ocean before you, it is so easy to feel like the last person on Earth. The only sounds are the gentle rhythm of the waves breaking on the shore and the cry of a distant sea bird. The horizon is an unbroken line, with no ships or signs of human activity. It is a powerful and humbling experience, a reminder of the sheer scale of our planet's wild places and the preciousness of their solitude. The true wonder of Papua lies in its extraordinary wildlife. This is a land of evolutionary marvels, a place where isolation has allowed life to blossom into a dazzling array of unique and spectacular forms. Many of these creatures are found nowhere else on Earth. They are the living jewels of this ancient land, their survival intrinsically linked to the health of its forests and mountains. To see them is a rare privilege, a glimpse into a world of incredible natural artistry. The challenge, however, is that they are masters of concealment, their lives playing out in the secret, hidden spaces of the wilderness. Perhaps no creature is more symbolic of Papua than the bird of paradise. These are not just birds, they are living works of art. To see a male perform his courtship display is one of nature's greatest spectacles. He unfolds his plumes, revealing a cascade of iridescent colors: scarlet, emerald, sapphire, and gold. He transforms his own shape, becoming a pulsating ball of feathers or a bizarre dancing creature from another world. The display is performed in slow, deliberate motion, a ritual perfected over millions of years of evolution, all for the brief attention of a discerning female. It is a moment of pure, breathtaking magic. But the wonders do not end there. In the high branches of the forest canopy, a strange and gentle creature makes its home, the tree kangaroo. It moves with a slow, almost clumsy grace, a marsupial that has remarkably returned to a life in the trees. With its long tail for balance and strong forelimbs for climbing, it navigates the high-altitude world with a quiet confidence. Seeing one, peering down with its soft, dark eyes from a moss-covered branch, is an encounter that feels both surreal and deeply touching. It is a gentle, unassuming resident of this vertical world, a testament to the adaptability of life. The diversity is staggering and often found in the details. The world's largest butterfly, the Queen Alexandra's birdwing, flutters through the forest on wings that can span 30 centimeters. Strange, long-beaked echidnas, ancient egg-laying mammals shuffle through the leaf litter, probing for insects with their sensitive snouts. The sounds of the forest are often the first clue to this hidden world. The raucous call of a hornbill, the strange, almost human-like cry of a cuscus at night, or the startling shriek of a cockatoo. All are voices in the great choir of the Papuan wilderness, each one hinting at a life unseen. Deep within this vast wilderness, there are human stories. Scattered throughout the mountains and lowlands are small, remote villages, home to some of the most culturally diverse people on the planet. These communities have lived in harmony with this challenging environment for thousands of years. Their lives are not easy, but they are marked by a quiet resilience and a profound connection to the land. To arrive in a village after a long journey through the forest is to find a small, warm island of humanity in a great green ocean. The welcome is often shy but genuine. Daily life unfolds with a simple, unhurried rhythm, dictated by the sun and the seasons. At dawn, the village slowly comes to life. The smell of wood smoke fills the air as fires are lit to cook the morning meal, usually consisting of sweet potatoes or sago. The men prepare to go hunting or tend to their gardens, which are often carved cleverly into steep hillsides. The women might set off to gather food from the forest or weave intricate bags called noken from natural fibers. There is a sense of purpose and shared responsibility in everything they do. The children, with their bright eyes and ready smiles, seem to possess an innate knowledge of their environment. They move through the forest with a confidence and agility that is astonishing. They know which plants are edible, which insects to avoid, and how to read the tracks of animals. The forest is both their playground and their classroom. Their laughter echoes through the trees, a joyful sound that stands in stark contrast to the deep silence of the surrounding wilderness. They are the future, the next generation to inherit the ancient knowledge of their people. Life here is lived close to the earth. The houses known as honai in the highlands are simple circular structures made from wood, thatch and straw, designed to keep out the cold mountain nights. There are few material possessions. Value is placed on community, family, and tradition. In the evenings, families gather around the fire, sharing stories and talking in low, hushed tones. It is in these quiet moments that one can feel the strength of their culture and their deep, unbreakable bond with the land that sustains them. The cultural landscape of Papua is as rich and varied as its biological landscape. With over 800 distinct languages spoken, it is the most linguistically diverse region on Earth. Each tribe, each community, has its own unique set of traditions, beliefs, and artistic expressions. These cultural traditions are not relics of the past. They are a living, breathing part of daily life. They are the threads that bind the community together, providing a sense of identity and continuity in a world that is slowly beginning to change. These traditions are the soul of Papua, expressed with vibrant and powerful creativity. Ceremonies and rituals are at the heart of community life. They mark important events like births, initiations, marriages, and deaths. They are also used to ensure a good harvest, to appease ancestral spirits, or to prepare for a hunt. These are often elaborate affairs, involving music, dance, and intricate body decoration. Men paint their faces and bodies with clay and charcoal, transforming themselves into spirits or animals. They adorn themselves with headdresses made from the magnificent feathers of birds of paradise, cassowary plumes, and shells. Each design, each color, has a specific meaning. The dance is a powerful form of storytelling. It is not simply entertainment, it is a sacred act. The movements can be slow and hypnotic or energetic and warlike, mimicking the hunt or retelling ancient myths. The air fills with the rhythmic chanting of voices and the steady beat of the kundu, a traditional hourglass-shaped drum. To witness one of these dances is to feel the raw energy and spiritual power of the culture. It is a visceral experience that transcends language, a direct communication from a deep and ancient past that continues to resonate powerfully in the present. These traditions represent a vast storehouse of knowledge. They contain a deep understanding of the natural world, passed down through generations of oral history. The myths and stories explain the origins of the mountains, the rivers, and the creatures of the forest. They teach respect for the environment and the importance of maintaining balance. as the modern world begins to encroach on this ancient land, there is a real danger that this invaluable cultural knowledge could be lost. Preserving these traditions is not just about protecting the past. It is about securing a future where this profound wisdom can continue to guide humanity. To spend time in Papua is to witness a relationship between people and their land that has been almost lost in the developed world. It is a connection that is not intellectual or abstract, but tangible and deeply spiritual. The forest is not seen as a collection of resources to be exploited, but as a living entity, a provider, a teacher, and a home to the spirits of the ancestors. Every mountain, every river, every ancient tree has a story and a significance. This worldview fosters a profound sense of stewardship, a recognition that human well-being is inseparable from the health of the environment. This deep connection is born from necessity and nurtured by tradition. For millennia, the people of Papua have depended on the natural world for everything: their food, their shelter, their medicine, and their spiritual inspiration. They have developed an encyclopedic knowledge of their surroundings, an understanding of the complex web of life that is both scientific and poetic. This is not a romantic idealization. It is the reality of a life lived in intimate partnership with nature. Their survival has depended on their ability to listen to the land, to read its signs, and to respect its limits. As we look at this untamed wilderness, we are forced to reflect on our own place in the world. In our modern lives, we are often insulated from the natural world. We get our food from supermarkets, our water from taps, and our shelter from concrete buildings. It is easy to forget that we, too, are completely dependent on the health of the planet. Papua serves as a powerful and humbling reminder of this fundamental truth. It shows us what we have lost: a sense of belonging to the earth, a feeling of being part of something larger than ourselves. The future of Papua is uncertain. The pressures of logging, mining, and agricultural development are growing. The question is whether it is possible to find a path forward that allows for progress without destroying this irreplaceable natural and cultural heritage. The answer may lie in the wisdom of the Papuan people themselves. They have shown that it is possible to live in this world without destroying it. Perhaps the greatest lesson that this wild and mysterious land has to teach us is one of balance, respect, and the enduring power of the unbroken bond between humanity and the wild.